DevOps interviews can feel like a buzzword battlefield. DevOps here, Kubernetes there, CI/CD everywhere. But if you want to stand out and survive the interview, you need more than just a list of tools. And in this video, I'll walk you through exactly how to prepare, what to focus on, and what not to do based on my own lessons. Okay, here is where the most people screw up. They think that all DevOps roles are the same, but that's not true. DevOps in one company could mean just building CI/CD pipelines, and in another one it could mean managing cloud networking and Kubernetes clusters. So what you need to do is you need to prepare in advance and first of all read the job descriptions very, very closely. So what are the technologies that are used over there, what is required, and what the company is focused on. If it is some sort of hardware development company or the products that they develop and they ship somehow, or maybe it's just an online platform of some sort. And then you can Google the company tech stack as well, just to know what to expect from it. So from job description, it can be one thing, but if the company description tells you that on LinkedIn that they use Azure, for example, you better be prepared to know something about Azure. And the last but not least, you can tailor your preparation to match what they actually use and what they want. And this one step can save you a lot from just save your time and save a lot of your nerves and make your interview much, much smoother. Next one is I like to break DevOps preparation into 5 key buckets, and I suggest you do the same. You don't need to master everything, of course, just you need to be able to talk about some sort of a real world usage and show that you have experience with those. And number one would be the CI/CD pipelines. So Jenkins, GitHub Actions, GitLab CI, Azure DevOps, you pick your own your favorite. Number two would be containers and orchestration. Docker, Kubernetes, Helm, and so on. Number three would be different cloud platforms, AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure. And you need to focus especially on security, so IAM and compute and networking. So those major things, the very basic ones, you need to know really good. Number four would be the infrastructure as code, Terraform or Pulumi or CloudFormation or something else that you can pick and at least know that you can use them for those cloud platforms or just in general. And the last, number five, would be for Linux and scripting. Because Linux is everywhere in DevOps and you need to know it, so just some sort of bash basics, how to get logs, how to grep, and maybe even use a little bit of Python or Go. That would be very good to know. And you don't need to use all of that stuff on a daily basis, but you need to be ready to explain how all of those 5 buckets fit together and how you can use all of that. And now let me tell you a little bit of my disaster interview that I had recently. It was a funny story. Well, everything can be a funny story after a certain period of time, right? And I basically went to the interview without any sort of preparation, just thought that I will wind it up and I will nail it. Well, it didn't really work for 2 reasons. First of all, I knew about the company, but I completely forgot what they are actually doing. And the focus of the company is actually on data transformation and data processing. And of course, they would expect me to know and be able to explain some sort of ETL pipeline that I managed and how, from the DevOps perspective, it can be made and maintained. But secondly, the interviewer, unfortunately, the one who was supposed to interview me, he was sick, and instead someone replaced him, and that person, he wasn't a DevOps specialist, but instead he was a data specialist. So the whole interview was focused on SQL scripts and how to process the data using SQL, or just what are the database basics, and maybe not only basics. And of course, I knew stuff about this, but not to the good extent. And for example, I couldn't remember what is a window function just from the top of my head. So the interview didn't really go well, and maybe, or definitely, I should have been prepared a little bit more, but that's life. You cannot win all the battles. And now, when you know about the company that you are applying for, and you know those foundations, what I really recommend you for a real DevOps interview is to practice some go for questions. Here are some of the most common technical questions I've seen across the interviews. I will list them over here. And basically, you need to be able to answer them. You need to practice how you would answer them. So I would recommend to practice that just speaking out loud, or even better, if you would record yourself and then listen and maybe just fix some of the misunderstandings. And the less filler words you use, the less hesitation you show, it's better. And just speak confidently and with good sense of humor, I would guess. The last part of the interview is usually the behavior questions, and people always forget about this part. But soft skills are evaluated equally as hard as technical skills, and you will get questions like, tell me about your time you fixed something under pressure, or how do you handle conflicts with your teammates, or what's your process during the outage, how you would react to that. And what you can use and what I recommend is to use the STAR method. So the situation, task, action, and result. You need to describe what was the situation, what was your task to do, what action did you take, and what was the result. If you would follow those steps, then your presentation would be that much better, easier to follow and understand, and you will present that you are a good speaker as well. It helps you tell a clear, focused story without rambling. Now, final tips. Let's wrap this up with a few tips that make a big difference. First of all, you need to know your resume inside out. They will ask you about things that you forgot that you even put into your resume, and you need to explain that on this position I did something, and I put this item on my CV because of reasons. Next, I would suggest you to prepare one or two real-world stories, problems that you solved, or things that you actually broke and then fixed. It's always good to be able to admit that we all make mistakes, but you can fix them and you can learn from them. Then you can skim through some of the DevOps news, so something like Reddit or Hacker News, and just staying up to date. It shows that you care about your profession and what you do in your work life. And finally, relax. Let's be honest. There are plenty of jobs outside, and you don't need to get this single one. So if you will fail interview, don't worry about it. They will be next, and then another one, and so on. So no one expects perfection. They will want some sort of clarity, ownership, and curiosity from you. So just show that you are that person. You are who you are. So how do you prepare for the DevOps interview? You need to know what you are hiring for. You need to brush up on your essentials and just walk into the right field. Ask good questions yourself and yeah, enjoy it. Hit like if this video helped you. Drop a comment with any questions or your own horror stories. And I'll see you in the next video. You got this. See you.